Man, start with big win by Nate and the boys today, huh? Goodness gracious, that was sweet. We heard in the first inning, I started pounding on the roof of our dugout like we do when we get a homer, and I cut my hand open. So good start to the day, but it was a good omen for the rest of the day. Obviously a huge win for them, but really proud of our kids, man. They did a good job showing up and ringing the bell, and just another really professional win. I thought we were really good offensively. You know, Q didn't strike a ton of dudes out tonight, but, I mean, it was an upper 90s heater. He got a ton of ground balls. We turned some double plays. We got him back out for the fifth, which is one thing we really wanted to do. So it sets him up for a good one next weekend. So really professional win by our guys, and now it's time to turn our attention tomorrow and go try to finish the series.
Will, when you hit that grand slam after yesterday, you know, the big thing was nothing was going out. When you did that, was there almost a relief there?
Yeah, during BP, I mean, the flags are all blowing out and ball is flying a little bit more. So, I mean, all of us are kind of fired up knowing that if you get the ball in the air, that it's got a chance today, unlike yesterday.
Coach, we kind of touched on it yesterday, and I know we talked about jinxes yesterday. I hate to talk about it again. But today marked the best start the program has had, the program history, and tied the program's longest winning streak, if that is correct. Just kind of how does year two, doing that in year two, how does that feel to how far you built the program so far?
Man, I hadn't done anything. I got really good players and I got really good coaches. Like, it's really a testament to just the professional mentality of our guys, because they're still young men and they're still growing and maturing and all that stuff. And it doesn't matter who you're playing, where you're playing. It's tough to show up every day and kind of ring the bell, and that's what they've done, you know. And obviously proud of how they've started, but I can tell you, like, the start don't mean anything if you don't continue moving the right direction. This group I would rather start 8-8 and end up playing late into June than I would start 16-0 and then kind of petering out there. So, but I think it's a testament to their work. It's a testament to their preparation. It's a testament to their mental just intensity and focus that they haven't taken a day off up to this point, and we've challenged them on that every day, and man, they just keep ringing the bell, and I think it means a lot to a lot of guys. Like, Doe's been here for a long time. Like, I think this place means a lot to him, and even for some of the new guys coming in, I feel like they've already felt that, and I think they're really grateful to get to be a part of such a special university and a special place, and they're just having fun playing baseball right now. Like, that's my favorite part of this whole thing is they're intense, they're competitive, but they're having fun, they're pulling for each other, and it's just it's a fun ride to start. But we got so far to go. Like, the only thing that really matters is tomorrow, and then we'll figure out UAB after that, and then we'll figure out A&M after that. But we got to come out, and that's our challenge every day. I've said that 1,000 times in here, whether we're playing, you know, Presbyterian, UAB, or A&M, it really doesn't matter. We got to go out and play our game, and we've done a good job of that 16 games into the season so far.
Will, Coach kind of touched on it. It's your fourth season here in Tuscaloosa. Kind of just how does that feel as maybe one more longer tenured players on the roster?
Yeah, to be honest, it's crazy to say that I've been here for 4 years, because it's going by like snap of a finger. But just like Coach Vaughn said, I mean, I love this place, and it means a ton to me that we're having this kind of success, and just hoping that we can keep our heads down and keep winning games.
Well, I can't help but wonder if Coach is tired of hearing the same thing in here every day about scoring all kinds of runs in the second inning, but did that again today to talk about, you know, the energy of just passing the baton with the guys, and I guess how that helps you guys going throughout the game.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the second inning, but we've been hitting good, and I guess it's a testament to how good, like, the bottom of our lineup is. But it's a lot of fun to score as many runs as we're scoring, and like he was saying a second ago, we're just having a ton of fun playing baseball right now.
Will, today you went 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs and finished a triple shy of the cycle. How fun is it to hit on a day like that today where just everything's working for you?
Oh, yeah, it's a blast. Just having fun playing out there, getting to play with all my teammates. Like, those dudes are my brothers, so it's a blast to play any day. 0 for 4, 4 for 4.
Coach, somebody hit the same number of RBIs as Justin, and you've talked a lot about it being a different guy every day, but just in terms of the depth of this lineup, how have you continued to see that almost a month in?
Yeah, I mean, Braun's doing some kind of crazy things right now, you know, like, dude's got 40-plus RBI 16 games into the year. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that before. But I think I was actually looking pregame, and I was looking at our, you're looking at the numbers, and I'm not looking at the averages. I'm not looking at the homers. You start looking at the RBIs, and the reason Braun has so many RBIs is because of Richie and because of Plattner, Neal, Snell, Fowler, all the guys setting it up in front of him, and he's cashing in, which is what you need him to be able to do. And we talked a lot about kind of lineup construction and how we wanted to put this lineup together. And, very honestly, like coming into the year, I was a little bit still trying to figure out where guys fit a little bit, and where was the best spot for certain guys. And I think there's some flow to that lineup right now. And I think my favorite part about them is, man, if you give them an inch, they make it hurt. And that's what you have to do. Like, if we're going to be the team we are, like, because other teams are going to do that to us. If we're going to kick the ball, if we're going to walk guys, if we're going to hit guys, put guys on for free, man, that's how you got to make it pay when they do. And right now those guys are doing it. And I'm just really proud of their approach. Like, you run off a 9 spot there in the second, a 4 spot there in the third, the at-bats in the fourth. We get an umpire to get out of the way of a ball. We got another run in the fourth there, But I thought just the continuation, they don't throw at bats away, and I think that speaks to the depth of the lineup. I think it speaks to their focus and kind of just their blinders. The team, the score, none of that matters. We're just going to go off and run our plan off, and man, they've been as good as any group I've ever been around doing that so far.
Well, you led the team in walks last year. Obviously, that's good for the on-base percentage and everything else. But for you this year, the grand slam and the 4 hits today, the big walk-off against Ohio State, obviously an electric moment. How have you seen your offensive game improve this year in terms of contact and what pitches maybe you're swinging at and taking and everything that goes into that?
Yeah, I don't think my approach is too different than last year. Like, it's not like we overhauled what we do as a offense from last year to this year. So it's just, honestly, the best I can tell you is I'm getting more pitches to hit.
Will, as a first baseman, what are your thoughts on a new double first base rule implemented into college baseball?
It's weird. We've had a couple of plays this year. I don't remember what game it was, but when had like a drop third strike, Brady came to throw in front of home, and then throw took me across the bag, so I was touching the green bag, and I didn't know what the rule was. I just knew I wasn't going to stand on the white when that dude's running to the green. So I think they still called him out. So, I mean, that was nice that was the case, but it's weird.
Coach, I didn't get a glimpse of him pre-game today, but yesterday I noticed that Garrett Staten was dressed. Kind of how has he progressed in surgery a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, doing great. He's getting close. He sees Doc on Monday. So the hope is like, hey, that he's cleared for activity come Monday. Now it's just going to be about getting back in game shape. He's been taking ground balls, but obviously he's had that giant, cast type thing on his finger, so he hasn't been able to hit and do some of that. So the hope is on Monday when he sees Doc, he gets cleared, but we're going to kind of see how that goes. And then it'll just be as he progresses. I honestly think with where it's at, I think the hitting will come back a little before the throwing is my guess, because it's just coming off that index finger. But we'll see where it's at. I think he feels better. But he's stayed in shape. He's still working out. He's still taking ground balls every day. He's just obviously limited offensively with what he can do. So we'll hopefully get a clearance on Monday, and if it is, we'll start progressing him back and hopefully have him back sooner rather than later.
Well, on that note, I asked Coach about the depth, but to lose a guy like that, obviously you hate to do it with big power and big average, but to just see how this lineup has still been able to progress, how do you feel about that?
I mean, like you said, it speaks to our depth. I know the opening weekend, there was a game where I was DHing and Torres was playing first and Norton was sitting, and then you see how good Norton is in the lineup, so it just speaks to how good our roster is.
Couple more? All good?
Good.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, boys.
I'll get out of here before you get drenched. You might be too late.